Where are you from?
South Africa.
When you first came over to America, what was the craziest thing you saw?
It's hard to tell because, we consume so much of American culture on TV, so there wasn't much of a shock in a sense.
What's the number one thing you hate about America?
The quality of the food has been interfered with so much. The taste is not the greatest.
Here are 3 things I miss so much about South Africa as a South African living in America. So I'm a South African living in America, and I've been living here for about 7 months now. And in one of my videos, I made a list of things that Americans do that we don't do in South Africa. And this is just a small video of the things that I really miss about my country. So the first thing is South African food. I miss our food so much. I feel that no other country has as good food as we do. That's just my opinion. I can be wrong, but our food is amazing. I'm not crazy about American food, but it's not horrible, but it's not South African food. Then the second one is our sports, especially rugby. If you grew up in a very Afrikaans household, how big rugby is. Why I miss this so much is because the way that our sports just bring our country kind of together. I don't know how to explain it, but it just gives us a sense of like this togetherness. Maybe it's just me. And then number 3 is our people. South African people are so kind in comparison to people in America. American people are not rude. They're just kind of, everyone's doing their own thing. And like in South Africa, you can make a friend in 5 minutes just by standing in a queue. So those are just the quick 3 things that I really miss about South Africa. Despite everything that's going on in South Africa, it's still such an amazing country, and it will forever be my home. So if there's anything else you want me to make a video about America, South Africa, whatever, just let me know in the comments.
Okay, so I've been living in America for a minute. So I'm going to talk about some of the cultural shocks that I just have experienced or just don't understand. The first one is this country has no home affairs. Coming from South Africa, we have home affairs. You go to one specific place if you need documents. Here, if you need a passport renewal, you have to go to the post office. Some certifications, you have to go to the library. Some you have to go to a government office. It's just so confusing. I'm constantly like, I needed to get something certified, and I had to ask my American friends because I was like, where do you guys go for this? Because there's no home affairs. The second thing that I found is like a bit not confusing. I love it here, don't get me wrong, but in South Africa it could become a problem if I do this when I get back. Is when the robot or the traffic light is red, you can still turn right if you're turning right. You just have to look and make sure it's clear to turn right. It's not illegal, it's actually legal, so you won't get a ticket. But I'm just so used to back home when it's red, it's red. You stop, you wait until it's green again, but here you can go. The next thing is they don't have fences here. Like some places they will have, some houses will have some fences. It's the small white picket fences, but most of the time it's for dogs. It's not really common. I think I saw a fence in this country after 2 years when I went to Vegas. I was like, oh my gosh, some of the houses they had fences because it's closer to the road. And I'm talking about like height where like you can hide, a whole human can hide behind it. I've seen fences obviously where it's like the little white picket fences as I mentioned, but they don't really have fences here. And I find it weird because even by the schools they don't have fences around the schools, and I'm like, don't the kids just want to leave if they can leave? Okay, the fourth thing is the money all looks the same. So when I say the money, I'm talking about the paper money, the notes. All the notes are like green and white. They're $1. And like for me, when I got here, I was like, why? Because like back home, if it's 10 Rand, it's green. The 20 Rand is brown. I think the 50 Rand is pink. And the colors are different. The notes are different. Versus here, the numbers are the only thing that's different on it. All the notes look the same. And so you could be carrying a 1, or you could be carrying a 2, or you could be carrying a 5, or you could be carrying a 10. But it's all the same color. It has the same thing. It has one of the presidents. I forgot who. And then lastly, number 5, and I'm not saying every state that does this, but it's more common here. People wash their hair in the kitchen sink. Now, I know I will not be washing my hair in my mama's kitchen sink back home. But people wash it because they say, like, I know some people wash their hair in the shower, but it's normal. Or I don't want to say normal in every household. I've just seen majority of people wash their hair here. Even when I went to go wash my hair in the first year of being here, I went to this lady and she like has her salon in her house, this whole thing, and she dyes your hair. And she washed my hair in the sink. Now, I am all for the hustle, but y'all, there's a bathroom, there's a shower. Like, I was just like, I felt uncomfortable. And then she offered me water from the same sink. And I was like, no, thank you. Because why?
The replies on my previous video about drive-thrus actually reminded me of something else that shocked me when I came to the States. So I'll do a video quick before I forget what it is. When I first came here and went into a pharmacy, I was floored at what you could buy in an American pharmacy. Now, this is going to definitely shock South Africans back home. I don't know about the rest of the world, but in an American pharmacy, you can buy all sorts of stuff. This is not just a place where you pick up medications. You can buy cigarettes, alcohol, like stuff for your kids. There's like some grocery things. It's bizarre. It's actually like a convenience store more than anything that you also happen to be able to get some medications at. But I remember like fizzy cold drinks like Coca-Colas and stuff. Like think of all the most unhealthy things that you could get, and throw them in. Like, that's what you can buy at the pharmacy in America. I was just so shocked that they were selling medications and alcohol and cigarettes at the same establishment. Like, that really surprised me.
Things that I can't get used to in America, food edition. Their portion sizes. If you go to a restaurant, the portions are so big, like it's big enough for 2 people, that my friend and I will just order one meal and it'll be fine for the both of us. Fruit and vegetable. So it tastes the same but different. I don't know how to explain it, but this is not because I think like things are better in South Africa. Even like my European friends and friends from Colombia and stuff have said the same thing, where they think that fruit and vegetable taste better back home for them. Americans not butter in their bread. So when Americans make sandwiches, and I'll say some because I don't know every single American, but they don't put butter on their bread. So if they're making like a turkey sandwich, they'll put the bread, the turkey, and maybe like some mustard or something on it. Close it up and eat it. I need my bread buttered. Thank you very much. The expiration date on stuff. I don't know why, but like things have a very far expiration date. So like I have milk here, and the milk's like almost done, if you can see. But the expiration date on it is 20th March. We got this milk like 2 weeks ago. Today is the 22nd of January.
You ever move to New York and English starts fighting you back? Yeah, same. How's it, guys? It's Katalea. And here are some things that confuse my brain since moving to the States. Specifically, I've been in Chicago and now I'm in New York. So this one's a huge one, and I think that everybody talks about it. The tipping. Tipping is not optional here, guys. You have to tip. Next is the restroom mystery. People don't say toilets. They say restroom. I'm gonna go use the restroom. I think even bathroom they don't even say. Or am I wrong? I don't know. I say I'm going to the toilet and it's like,
Okay.
guys. Another one they say for toilets is potty. I'm going to the potty. Okay, for this one, guys, please tell me if I'm wrong. So, a jersey for us is a sweater for them. A hoodie, a hood, and you can slide your hands through there, right, in the middle. So I would say that's a hoodie. I'm not sure if they call it a hoodie. Do they call it a sweatshirt? I don't know. If it has a zip, it's a jacket. Like if it has a zip and a hood, it's still a jacket for us, I would say. And for them, it's sweater jacket. We say boots, they say trunk. They don't say cupboards, they say cabinets. They don't say wardrobe, they say closet. We also have a pantry. What do we call a pantry? We call it cold drink, they call it soda. We call it chips, they call it fries. On the topic about chips, actually, as South Africans, do you guys eat chips like on the side of your sandwiches? It's a thing here to have chips, Lay's looking chips, as a side on your meal. Or it's a Chicago thing, I'm not sure. Since moving to the States, it made me realize that South Africans have a lot of sound expressions. I'll be talking to my friends that are not from South Africa. I'll be like, oh, yo, oh, ooh. And they will not understand what that means. I remember one time, this one person asked me, why do I always go, I had to explain that there's also different types of So when I go it's like, yeah, I'm listening. When I go it's like sure. How do you even explain sure? So since moving to the States, I have to think of words other than using the sounds that we use, like whoa, what, really? Another one is shame or shame. Like, that happened, shame. Why is it shame? Another thing, I don't know if it's a me thing, but I would say we say sorry a lot. Like, even if it's not affecting us, or even if we didn't cause it, we will say sorry. If somebody falls and I don't even know the person, I'll be like, oh, sorry. And they'll be like, you didn't do anything. Why are you sorry? And then I'm just confused. What do you say then if somebody falls? So yeah, coming to the States, I was humbled because I came here thinking I was fluent, but I guess I'm not as much. And then as always, let me know if you guys want a part 2. Have a blessed day. Jesus loves you so much.
Let's go to Pick and Save to go grocery shopping, and I can show you guys what the American grocery store looks like, a different one, because I don't think I've taken you guys to Pick and Save, and I can show you what the cost of living is right now.
So right when you enter the store is your promotional items. These are things on sale or at a discounted price, and this is to entice you to grab the first few things. Then you go into the fresh produce section, and this is where you get all your fresh fruits and vegetables and your packaged salads. And strawberries $8.49 today, $3.89 for organic mushrooms. And look at the price difference between the non-organic, it's $2.29. Just shows you that eating healthier is actually more expensive. Grabbing some fresh cilantro, which is also known as dhania to us Indian people in South Africa. It is so cold in the store that I had to keep my coat on, by the way. This is your sandwich section. That is your cakes and your treats, and lots of popcorn in this store. Salad bar, just like your regular Pick and Pay deli. I cannot say no to these pretzels. I tricked myself into thinking they're healthier than chips. Now we get to the cheese section. Wisconsin is known for its cheese, so look how large this cheese section is. And at the back on that wall there's also cheeses. Stopped in the bakery section to get some kringle, which is also Danish. That is actually a Wisconsin thing. Now to show you the aisles and how much variety, look at how much ketchup there is. There's so many to choose from. And then as I spin around, you're going to see how much bread there is to choose from. That whole wall on the left behind me is all bread. There's like 20 different types of bread. 20 different types of bread, but none of them taste like South Africa's bread. As we turn the corner, you're going to see all the bottled sauces, and I am looking for low sodium soy sauce. Look at the price difference. $1.49 to $2.49. The good stuff is more expensive. Look at the sticky rice in a container. You will find a lot of pre-made food here that you just pop in the microwave. Now to grab some chicken. $6.99 for organic chicken. And here's all these breakfasts and meals that are pre-packaged, these TV dinners. Oh yes, and eggs. Limited eggs right now because everyone's going crazy over eggs. The cost of eggs right now is insane as well. When I first moved to America, this section blew me away. The fact that people are too lazy to make their own eggs and biscuits and gravy from scratch and would rather have it pre-made, packed with preservatives, and then just pop it in the microwave. I will never understand that. This is your toiletry aisle. And this is me going to the checkout aisle. This checkout was too busy with the belt, so I decided to do this one. I think I have a love-hate relationship with self-checkout because yes, it's quicker and you can pack your groceries the way you want to in your bags and take them home and offload it the way you planned. But at the same time, sometimes you get stuck or something doesn't scan right and now you look like a thief and now people have to come to you to help you. So you're waiting for a shop assistant anyway. But if you're in a hurry, this is great. Hope you've enjoyed shopping with me.
Things in America that doesn't make sense as a South African, part 2. It was summer in America now. The degrees were like 28, 30, 35. You know, summer, like hot. I didn't see washing on a line. No way. Even like my own American family, they use a tumble dryer. Imagine I must use a tumble dryer in South Africa in summer. My mother almost said, like, is electricity cheap over there or what? They use the tumble dryer in hot weather. Like, I'm talking so hot now, my mother wore rollers. I did this twist, now my hair was wet. When you walk in the street, you come back from the shop, your hair is dry. I don't understand. Then, I don't understand the mac and cheese obsession. Like, it's nice, and a lot of fast food places sells mac and cheese like as a side. But I don't understand like why. Like, I was trying to explain to them that we won't have mac and cheese now. as a side dish. We have it as a meal, like with mushrooms and bacon, like a liquor pasta with a salad, and call it an evening. That's supper. No, in America, this is like a salad. I'm talking a salad. Like you have your chicken, you have your meat, you have your ribs, you have your potato salad, you have everything, and then you have your mac and cheese also. Like mac and cheese is with everything, with soup. Okay, maybe not with soup, but this mac and cheese is with every meal. Then, this should have been first on the list. I don't know what Americans learn in school. This is Africa. Here's South Africa where I live. It's a country. There's many countries in Africa. I live in South Africa. No, the amount of people that when we say we're from South Africa, oh wow, they speak English? Oh wow, but they look like us. I got a friend in Ghana. Come meet my friend, she's from Niger. Now what must I do? I live in South Africa. I've never been to any other country do you know how far is Nigeria from South Africa? Do you know how far is South Africa from Niger? We don't live around the corner from each other. Ugh, it's really exhausting. This is unforgivable. Don't they do geography or what? Then they have something called daylight saving. Now that it's summer by them, they are 6 hours behind us. When it's winter, the clocks change. It's either automatic or they must physically change it. Then they are 7 hours behind us because it's winter. So I was like, why? No, because in winter, it's really dark for the kids to go to school. And what do? We must go to school in the dark. It's also cold by us. We can't even wear beanies or scarves to school because the conduct of the school clothes. The teachers sit with heaters, we must freeze. The teachers have a nerve. They have a nerve to say, ooh.
The craziest thing just happened. Like, I'm on my way driving to the gym, minding my own business shop. And then I hear someone is honking behind me. I'm like, what did I do? And then I look to the right. This lady is waving at me with excitement. I'm like, okay, hi. Like, do I know you? I'm asking myself these questions. Do I know her? Did I forget her? Anyway, keep driving. And then after a while, I'm like, wait. This lady looks a little bit like, why you got it? South Africa vibes. And then I point to my flag. So I have this flag in the car, the South African flag. I point to my flag. I'm like, she's like, yes. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're from South Africa. She's like, yes. I'm like, ah. Then I open my window. I'm like, where are you from? She's like, Newcastle. I'm like, I'm from Joburg. Well, originally Pretoria. I'm out of Joburg. She's like, oh my gosh, give me your number. So there I am, 412. What? We're transferring numbers while we're driving. This is so crazy. And then she calls. I'm like, hey, what's your name? Oh my, this is so crazy. What?
Hey guys, spend a day with a South African living in the United States. So I met up with Hazel and Mpumi and we decided to go to a lobster restaurant that was on a whole entire boat. And the name of the restaurant is North River Lobster and you can find it at Pier 81 in New York City. And tickets are only $10 for an hour trip on the ferry. So we didn't waste any time. This was us hopping onto the boat and when I tell you the views were so beautiful. So then we ordered our drinks. Our drinks came in a lighthouse little bottle which was super cute. And I must say those drinks were pretty strong, hey? And once again, the views of the city, amazing. And tell me why Mpumi and Hazel were recreating the scene from Titanic. And then we got our food. I had fish and truffle fries, and Mpumi and Hazel had burgers and truffle fries, and then we had wings to share. The food was a solid 8 out of 10. Highly recommended. Also, that fish reminded me of fish and chips from back home. But anyways, this was us downing our drinks because as you can see, we're the last people on that boat. You see, I don't lie when I told you those drinks were strong because tell me why these girls were dancing like this. So then we ran to catch a bus to Times Square. This was us hopping onto the bus. And then when we get to Times Square, we see this huge hot dog right in the middle of Times Square. And honestly, I wasn't even that shocked because in New York, you see the weirdest things. So anyways, we went to this bar called Jimmy's Bar. Then we got out of there and we hopped on this bicycle cart thing and we're just there vibing in the back, playing our own music. And then Stugu, we found ourselves entering this jazz restaurant in the city and we're literally just the life of the party. Then we got drinks here but it was mad expensive, so we went back to Jimmy's Bar and we had drinks there. And that is literally how our day went. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and share for more videos like this. I love you guys. Bye.
American price $800. Me, oh no problem, I'll take that. South African price 14,400 rand. Me, hi mo, 14,000. Every time I'm home. Every time I'm home. Every time. Those are the chronics. How did we get to that? It's just the same, bro. The minute I hit that 40, I'm out.
Let's talk about some culture shocks I experienced as a South African moving to the United States. Well, the first thing is seeing the USA flags on everyone's front porch, their room, against the wall, everywhere. For example, the second thing is definitely how the money looks. Our money in South Africa is different colors, kind of like Monopoly money. So the 100 Rand bill is blue, the 51 is red, where in the States I feel like all the bills are the exact same. And why do they also have a $1 bill, like paper? If it's that small amount, it should be a coin, in my opinion. Another one is that tax is not included on the price tag at all. Like, you see the price, and then when you go and pay, it's more. They don't include it on the price tag. My biggest shock was definitely the first time I went to a restaurant when I paid for my food and they walked away with my credit card. I did not know what was happening, so basically when you're done eating and you get your bill, or the amount of money that you have to pay, your slip, then you give them your card, they leave, and then they come back and then you write down the tip. So that in South Africa, they come to you, they have a machine, you put the card in the machine, you count the tip in, they don't leave with your card. Like, that was so scary to me. The last one I want to talk about is small talk. I've been in so many situations where someone walks past me here in the States and go like, hey, how are you doing today? And then they just keep walking. Then I'm like, oh, I'm doing good. And then it's like, okay, bye. I don't know. It's just sometimes people here ask you how you are, and then they just keep walking. Kind of like, they just go. So, yeah.
Sandibuyile guys. I know kudala nimkile ne, but ke masilibaleni le ndiyaxolisa kodwa sandibuyile ne. I don't know what part this is, but it's one of the parts regarding my shockers that I find very shocking as a foreigner living in the United States of America. Okay. You know, as South Africans, we can have a full blown out conversation with someone we don't know that we literally just met like a few minutes ago. Like, for instance, the convo always goes like, "Hey, how about?" And then you start talking, you're just like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna miss that person." Abba, they find it so weird. So they'll be just like, "We are born Mrs. Smash, force you come back, please." But any day kumula back home ba uyabulisa, you smiling, proper real smiles. But apa okay. And the fact that white old men actually love young black women, sketchy, but it's true. What else? Okay, tipping someone at a restaurant is a must. Apa, tip is compulsory, whether unemali or inamal. The fact that you're going out to go eat and there's someone that's serving your table, that's bringing food to you, that's bringing water to you, you have to give them a tip. And you're just like, but I just came to eat kakuhle for just a while. Why do I have to tip you? It's a thing. And apa, they have so many seasonings, ne? They have your cayenne peppers, your paprika, your cinnamon, they have it, but they choose to only use salt and pepper. Bruh. I have like taste bugs in South Africa. We have spices, you name it. And then you come and introduce salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Okay. This is not a normal conversation as a chef. It's very, very disturbing to my knowledge, because I thought coming here I will be uplifted knowledge-wise when it comes to the kitchen. But no, I'm here to learn about salt and pepper. But it's okay. Thank God I know about seasoning.
And cars are cheap. But a second-hand car, you can get a fresh second-hand car for like what, $500, $1,000, and that's like a second-hand. And it's really surprising, you know. But anywho, let's move along. I'm out of time. As always, I talk a lot. So if you enjoyed this,
Struggles of a South African living in America.
Jesus Christ.
I'm a South African living in the United States. Of course I miss the weather. I'm a South African living in the United States. Of course I miss South Africans. I'm a South African living in the United States. Of course I still listen to RBI. I'm a South African living in the United States. Of course I will still shout at my kids in Sesotho. I'm a South African living in the United States. Of course I don't experience load shedding. I'm a South African living in the United States. Of course I still watch trending TV shows like Umkoka, Uyajola, Fixed Repo. I'm a South African living in the United States. Of course I won't pay for plastic bags. I'm a South African living in the United States. Of course sometimes I convert the dollar to rands to see how much I spent. I'm a South African living in the United States. Of course I would rather be stopped by EMPD and pay Koli money instead of being stopped by US police.
Hi guys, so it has officially been 7 months since I moved to the States, and coming here the food tasted different. It was so different, and there were things that my host family used to buy that I didn't like. And now I'm gonna make a mini series about things I didn't like when I firstly came here and that I love now. I love. So firstly, it'll be this sparkling water. It's flavored, it's unsweetened. You just taste the flavor of the fruit, but it doesn't have sugar. And when I first came here, I remember my family was like, we have sparkling water. And I'm like, sparkling water? That doesn't sound bad. And then I opened one, I tasted it. It was so bad. Not that we don't have unsweetened flavored sparkling water in South Africa. We do. But it's not something that I would voluntarily buy. Knowing myself, I would like something with sugar. Sparkling water with sugar. Came here, it tasted as if it had like salt. It tasted bitter. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. But now, oh my god, this is like my favorite drink. I usually substitute I even told my host family to stop buying me juice because I fell in love with the sparkling water. Because when I got that, I didn't like it. And then I told them to buy me orange juice. Even the orange juice, it was just bad. And I was like, stop buying the orange juice. And then I started liking the sparkling water. So yeah, see you next time.
I can't be the only South African that's moved to America that has started experiencing allergies for the first time. At first, I didn't even know what that was. I thought they were allergic to something like bees, but not even why I'm here. So I asked my husband, I love that I can say that now, but I asked him to go buy me some Vicks, right? Because I ran out of the ones that I moved here with. And he goes to CVS to get it. And when he comes back, he tells me it was expensive. What do you mean Vicks is expensive? I'm like, how much was it? He says $20. $20 for Vicks is a crime. In South Africa, that's 400 rand. Imagine paying 400 rand just to get some Vicks. That makes no sense. 400 rand for Vicks? Let me open it. Maybe it's covered in gold or something, because this makes no sense. The math is not mathing. Oh, it's pretty big actually, but still, it's not worth $400. This is crazy.
Spend the day with us South Africans living in the United States. So this was us walking into Wegmans, and then we decided to go to the wing bar where we got barbecue wings and sweet chili wings. I forgot the name, but yeah, this was us. And then Bumi turned around and then she saw pizza, and then we decided to get pizza too. Guys, Michaela was really out of it, like she was just tired. Please look at her. So then they warmed up the pizza for us, and that's how it looked. And then we decided to go to the till so we could pay for the food. Mpumi already went to go hold a table for us. As you can see, there she is waving at us. So this is us opening up the food, getting ready to devour. Guys, doesn't the food look so good? Like, these wings slept, I don't want to lie. So this was us indulging, looking so hungry, like we've never eaten in years. And just like that, 4:10, Michaela decided to take a nap right after eating. So this was us leaving the place. Please look at Michaela, they passed out. So then we decided to go to the drive-through car wash. Guys, honestly, I felt like this was a waste of money, because this is just robbing business. Like, we literally got in there for 2 seconds and it was done washing, and I don't think the car was clean. So then Raven and Bumi were drying the car, and this is Michaela just being a clown, please. And then we saw a bag, and Michaela decided to vacuum the bag. So then the girlies took me to the train station. This was the booze from the day before, but then we decided, no man, I wasn't ready to go home. So then we went to an ice cream shop because Michaela wanted some ice cream. This is how the ice cream shop looked. Please look at that huge ice cream that Michaela got. Like, it's even bigger than her face, please, hey. And then Raven also got ice cream. Me and Bumi didn't really get anything. And then we headed back to the train station and had like a mini karaoke session in the car. And then it was time for me to leave. Guys, I almost missed my train. This was us like rushing up, but then we got there and we realized that it didn't arrive yet, but this was when it arrived. Time to say goodbye to my girlies. I miss them so much. Anyways, this was them saying goodbye. Look at how cute they are. I miss them so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Like and share for more videos like this. Bye.
When a South African steps foot on American soil, it's not just a trip to a new country, it's a full-on culture shock experience. Whether it's the way people greet each other, the food, the way traffic works, or how customer service is handled, there's no shortage of surprises waiting. So grab a snack and get ready for a deep dive into the hilarious, unexpected, and sometimes jaw-dropping moments that South Africans face when they find themselves living in the United States. Trust me, this is a wild ride. Let's start with a classic one. Greetings. In South Africa, the warmth and familiarity are instant. You walk into a shop and someone's greeting you with a hearty, "How's it?" Or, "How's it, my brew?" It's a quick way to say, hi, but with a lot more soul. So imagine a South African walking into an American grocery store, only to be greeted with a quick, "How's it going?" Followed by a cold stare. No smiles, no enthusiasm, just a robotic greeting. You could almost feel the ice chill hit the air as the words come out. South Africans are all about the human connection, but Americans, well, they're often a little more reserved, let's say. And don't even get me started on the "how are you?" question. In South Africa, if someone asks you how you're doing, they actually care. They'll pause, listen, and give you time to answer. But in the US, that same question could be answered with a simple, "good," or "fine," before the person even finishes asking it. How are you? Good. And you? That's it, the conversation's over. It's like they're checking off a social obligation rather than genuinely caring. Let's move on to the food, because this is where things get really interesting. South Africans are used to hearty, flavorful dishes. Braai, pap, and chakalaka are staples that are just as much about the experience as they are about the food itself. But when South Africans land in the US, they quickly realize that food here is, let's say, a bit more on the processed side. Don't even bother asking for a real boerewors roll. If you ask for boerewors in America, they'll probably give you some weird version of sausage on a bun with ketchup. And the idea of grilling meat over open flames? Forget it. A true South African braai can't be replaced with a barbecue grill that looks more like a fancy metal contraption than a simple fire pit. Let's talk about burgers. Ah, the American classic. You know that massive burger stacked high with all the fixings, right? South Africans think they know what a burger is, but then they try an American burger and realize something. It's not just about the size. It's the toppings. Americans will slap anything on a burger, from avocado to peanut butter. It's a culinary experimentation that South Africans can't quite get their heads around. Wait, you're putting pineapple on your burger. And don't even talk about the fries. You call that fries. They're more like cardboard sticks with ketchup. But wait, there's more. The portion sizes in America are absolutely next level. South Africans are used to big portions, but when you walk into a diner and see that small plate of pancakes is big enough to feed an entire rugby team, it's a different ball game. And don't even try to finish a fast food meal. You'll need a nap and probably an insulin shot just to survive the aftermath. More fries. Are you sure? There's enough for the entire family. Now, let's talk about the food delivery system, because that's a whole new world. In South Africa, you might get your food delivered with a sense of urgency, and you'll get it from a local restaurant or a family-owned business that's been around for decades. But in America, food delivery services like Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub take food delivery to another level. Your food might come from a chain restaurant 20 miles away, and sometimes, you'll be thinking, did they even cook this food or just microwave it? It's like a never-ending adventure to see how your meal arrives, sometimes cold, sometimes soggy, and most of the time, delivered by a person with a car that's seen better days. Okay, let's jump to another biggie, customer service. South Africa is known for its warm hospitality, and when you walk into a shop or restaurant, there's a sense of pride in the service. But in the US, oh boy, it's not that customer service is bad, but it's a whole different vibe. In South Africa, if you need help, the server will make sure you feel like a VIP. In America, they'll ask if you need anything, but if you don't speak up, you're on your own. And let's talk about tipping. In South Africa, a tip is a small gesture for great service, but in the US, it's an expectation. And it's based on percentages, which means that one meal could cost you more than you bargained for. Let's not forget the world of driving. In South Africa, the roads can feel chaotic, but there's a rhythm to it. You learn how to weave through traffic, avoid potholes, and deal with those long road trips up to the Drakensberg or down to the coast. But driving in the US, that's another beast. First off, you're on the other side of the road, and second, no one knows what a traffic circle is. Stop signs in America are more like polite suggestions rather than real rules, and the entire concept of yielding in traffic feels like a mystery wrapped in an enigma. And parking. Well, that's a whole new level of stress. You either need to master parallel parking or get stuck in one of those confusing parking lots where you pay for every 15 minutes and have to figure out where the heck your car is parked. And while we're on the topic of differences, let's talk about the weather. Now, South Africans are used to a range of climates, from the scorching heat of Johannesburg in summer to the chilly weather in Cape Town. But when they land in places like New York or Chicago, they face a whole different level of weather. Ever tried surviving a New York winter? It's like the air is trying to freeze your soul. South Africans are used to snow in the mountains, but not in the way Americans experience it. They're used to the cold, but they're not used to walking through snowstorms in the city with frozen fingers and toes. And what's with the heating system in every home? You walk in, and it's like you've entered a sauna, or sometimes, it's as dry as the Kalahari Desert. Now, let's talk about the good stuff, the warm, fuzzy moments that make South Africans fall in love with the US. Despite all the culture shocks, one thing stands out: Americans' incredible sense of community and openness. Whether it's an invite to a backyard barbecue or a warm greeting from a stranger in the street, Americans have a way of making you feel welcome. Even if you're a South African still getting used to the ways of American life, you'll find yourself embraced by the culture. It's a great reminder that despite all the differences, humanity is universal. So, South Africa to the US. It's a roller coaster of experiences, from the confusing to the delightful, the frustrating to the fun. But in the end, one thing is clear: whether you're experiencing culture shock or cultural exchange, living in the US as a South African means you'll never stop learning, laughing, and, most importantly, adapting.